Hey guys, good morning. It's day three. I just woke up. Time is around 7:15. Yeah, I just woke up, got freshened up, changed into gym clothes. So I'll just stretch a little bit, have a good little warm water, and then I'll hit the gym for like 30 minutes. I think I should be done with all of these by 8. Then I'll just prep for the office and leave to the office by 8:30ish. Yeah, ideally, I want to wake up early and like spend some time on Aermes or on learning something, um, on learning some things that I wanted to learn. So I was trying to learn some reinforcement learning algorithms and like implementation details and few things around it. It's just that you know it's always a trade that I have to do, right? So if I wake up late in the if I if I have to sleep like super early if I have to wake up early. I tried to sacrifice my sleep to like 5 hours, but I realized like that 1 hour of sleep deprivation basically screws up my whole day. So I've decided like maybe it's not the right trade-off to make. So I have to at least sleep for six and a half hours if I have to do well in my day, right? Um, yeah, that's how life is like. So I've been reading this book called Introduction to Vedanta. So it tells that so there's one fundamentally philosophical theory in there, which was pretty interesting if you ask me about it. So it says, think of life as a closed system, right? So you take something, you have to put something in there. So the other way to put it is, it's always an equilibrium balance, right? So for instance, there is an example that is given in there. So what it says is, let's say you got some high salary paying job, right? So that's a positive thing that happened in your life, but there will always come it will always come at some kind of cost that you have to pay for that. For instance, in this case, it could be time that you could spend with family, or some things that you're working on. So life law, nothing comes free. you know it's always a trade-off that you have to make, and you always have to be conscious on how you're making the trade-offs and why you're making those trade-offs. Don't just make the trade-offs blindly. If you're conscious on why you're making the trade-off, then it will be much better in your life. And don't make the trade-offs if they don't mean anything to you. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. All right. With that being said, let's head to the gym. So I just opened this tea bag. This is beautiful quote. I don't know, it cut too deep to me. So let me show you this quote. Hold on. So it says the difference between a flower and a weed is a judgment, and it's unknown. So no one knows who wrote it. It's so funny, right? So yeah, sometimes it happens to me randomly. Sometimes this thought comes to my mind. Value of anything is just a perception in your mind, right? So a simple example that I'll probably put is, let's say you're next to a waterfall, for instance. Water has no value to you at that point in time, right? But let's say you're in a desert where you haven't been drinking for 3 or 4 days, then water has all the value in your life. So my point is, the water did not change fundamentally. It's the same thing, but what the value that you associated with it has changed. I think it's basically, the code is also saying the same. The difference between a flower and a weed is just a judgment. So it's how you see the things matters, because all of our time we're just living in our minds, right? So how clean we keep our mind, I think, makes a day and night difference on how you're perceiving the world. I don't know. This is just my thought. Let me know in comments how many of you guys resonate with it. Hey guys, I intended to hit gym, but I couldn't hit gym because it took me a little time to I went on my chain of thought of thinking about life and a few other things around it. So yeah, I didn't hit gym. I'll probably hit it in the evening. I'm just making some breakfast and lunch before I head out to the office. Yeah, I don't usually eat outside of the office. There are a couple of reasons for that. One, it's not healthy, and two, yeah, I usually don't take breaks. I just eat at my desk, so it's also not the right thing for me personally. So I don't usually do. Yeah, so I just make some dinner. So I'm making some noodles today. Yeah, there's some leftover chicken. I think you guys will get offended if I say chicken again. But anyway, there's some leftover chicken from the yesterday's marination. So I'm just air frying it and then just mix it up with the noodles. Thought it makes some nutritious food. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you how it looks once I'm done with it. Alright, I'm done with cooking the lunch and also the breakfast. So made some chicken noodles. I know they don't look super appetizing. I don't know, they might not look super great, but they taste really good. And I also made some juice. This is what we usually have for breakfast. We don't do any hot breakfast. We just do a juice with some peanut butter powder and things like that. So now let's get freshen up and head back to office. Finish the work. I think it will be around 5ish maybe. I had some really good amount of work to do today. Yeah, let's go. Time is around 9:15 a.m. I'm heading out to the office. I think I'll be back by around 5ish, but I have a few things to take care of at the home once I come back. Yeah, today we'll start breaking the ground for the user profile page revamp. Let's see how that goes. I'm just done with the office. Time is around 4:52 p.m. I know I'm being too precise. Yeah, I'm heading home. We'll hit the gym for 30-40 minutes-ish. Come back, freshen up and then have some dinner, early dinner. And then we will sit on the user profile related changes. So the plan today basically is to ideate on all the functionalities that have already been written in the code. Yeah, both me and my co-founder have been writing some of the functionalities earlier, at least the back-end side of things. So we will go ahead and look at all the functionalities that are in place and all the new things that we need to add, agree on the architecture and how everything needs to be shaped up with the Claude, write the whole plan, and then we'll give the Claude a free hand once we agree on the plan to go implement it. So, but I think the idea or the milestone for today is just to finish the plan, not the execution. Tomorrow we'll spend time on the execution and kind of finishing it out, and then we'll raise a CR once we're done with that functionality. Yeah, I know we have to move really fast because I want to launch the app before the Memorial Day weekend, which is end of May. So before the long weekend, I want to, release the app and put it in the hands of at least the beta users or the initial set of customers. So let's see how it goes. Yeah. I'm heading out to the gym. Gym is actually just on the other side of the road, but sometimes I just drive if I'm on a time crunch on a regular weekday. But today it's a weekend, so it's a Friday. So I'm taking it a little slow. So I'm walking to the gym now. Let's finish the gym for 30-40 minutes. Come back, take a shower, have some dinner. And then, yeah, we need to edit the day 2 video on day 3. Let's finish that up and then work a little bit amount of time on writing the plan for tomorrow. And then let's also pack the gear for hike for tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. So I'm just done with the gym, heading back home. I don't know if it's because of this COVID that I got last week or something else, but I feel super exhausted once I hit gym. I don't know why. I don't think my breath is also back to where it has been earlier. My lung capacity, I think, is also low. I don't know. I feel like that. Either ways, tomorrow will be the test where I'll know if I'm like, recovering, or how slow should I take everything else. So tomorrow morning, I'm planning to go on this hike to Wallace Falls. So let's see. To get freshen up, I'm just making some. I made some guac, and also I'm boiling some peanuts for dinner, and I'm also toasting some sourdough bread. I don't know if you guys tried it, but sourdough bread and guac, they taste super good. It is. I like it. Give it a shot if you like it. Let me know in the comments. We'll just have this, and then yeah, as I said, I need to send some designs to my co-founder to work on those things. And then let's also ideate on the user profile page. And then we need to edit the day too and post it today. Yeah, I know, lots of work. Let's go. Let's take it slow, but let's finish it up. I'm done with the upload of Hermes video, day two video to the YouTube. I'm just waiting for it to be uploaded and get processed. In the meantime, I just, I had 2 and 4 conversations with the cloud, and I finished how the UI design should look like for the feed. So as I told you guys earlier, let me show you how the existing feed looks like, just so that you have a. So this is how. So let me share my screen. So this is how the current, the feed page or the landing page looks like. So this is showing the active journey that I am currently undergoing. This is something I'm testing around, and some places closer to me. It defaults to San Francisco for some reason. Don't ask me when it doesn't find a location, and some popular near me and things like that. So this is how the current screen looks like. But there are few things that this is definitely lacking, right? One of them is there is no that visual element which keeps you attracting, uh, or which keeps you engaging. So we need to have some kind of visual element which keeps you engaged, and at the same time it also shows you relevant information of other people, what they're doing, how they're traveling, and it also should scream to you that you can clone the journeys. The main purpose of the app needs to come out as well. So I've been finicking with Cloud a lot, and I finally have some design which I think is good. So let me show you guys what design looks like now. So this is the updated design. I know it looks a little bit like Instagram, but the functionality is nowhere closer to that. So on the top, you have near you, following, trending, and new. So that changes the content that will be shown to you. And the live is basically, let's say someone is actually living through a journey now. So their journeys can be exposed as live stories. So this will vanish after 24 hours, the moment they complete their journey. But as long as they're completing the journey, it always becomes live. And when you click on it, it always shows the last stop that they are in or they are currently transitioning into. So here it shows the media of the last current stop, but you can look at the earlier stops as well. That's a concept here. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the whole journey, how long it was, how many stops the journey had, how much time would it take for you to go to that place, and the effort. I need to come up with a metric to compute this effort. But anyways, and it screams here that you can fork this journey and you can also bookmark this journey. And yeah, that's the Uber intent. Along with this, you'll also have following, trending, and new. So based on what you select as a tab, your content basically changes. And along with the journeys, you'll also have stops. So as I told you guys earlier about, if you have been following Aermes, you know that the journeys are an amalgamation of individual units, which are stops technically. So so in this, when you click on the stops, it technically shows you all the stops only. And so you can click on each stop and you can see what's happening at the stop for that particular user. And at the bottom, we will also, the idea is to show what journey this whole stop is a part of, so that you can always link it back to the parent journey that the stop has come from. So that's the intent of this. And then you'll also have a search bar, which is another functionality that I'll talk to you guys later, or when I start implementing that out. But yeah, this is the Uber, you know, concept of how the journey will look like, how the feed page will look like. So now I'm gonna send this to my co-founder. Basically, he's taking the responsibility of finishing up the feed. So I'll he asked me to send this designs over. So I'm sending this design over to him, and so I think he will finish this up. I'll keep you guys posted once I'm done with this to show you how it's looking on the app. Um, yeah, with that being said, this particular thing is complete. The video editing and that is also complete. Uploading for day 2 is also complete. There is one last piece which I don't think I can complete today. That's basically, I talked to you guys about, like, redesigned the um, user profile page. So no, I told you guys that we will write a plan of how to implement that tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think I have any more time for that today. So I'll just, as I mentioned, so tomorrow morning I'm going on a hike to Wallace Falls. So I'll just pack my gear and keep the bag ready because I want to go early by 6ish. Um, so I'll just pack that up and call it a night for the day. Um, yeah, stay tuned while I pack my gear. So yeah, so this is the rucksack that I got from REI. So there is a local goods store here. Sorry, sporting goods store here. It's called REI. It's a pretty good bag actually. Yeah. So first thing that I'm putting in here, these are the spikes just in case. I think the snow has mostly melted and there is nothing to be worried about. But I just keep carrying this as a safety measure, just in case. You never know. And I also have a, neck gaiter. It might get cold in the mornings. So, yeah. And I also have a torch because these things are unpredictable sometimes. So, it's better to be safe than say sorry. So, I'm putting a torch. And I also put the gloves in here just so that contingency. Always plan for the worst and hope for the best, right? So this basically concludes all of these, all the essentials that I need to pack. There are like a couple of other things that I need to finish. I need to recharge my cameras, like the Insta X3 and few other things, and recharge my mic and few other things. So once I put that in the rucksack, I am done for the day. So let me just go get my camera, which is upside there. I'll show you how it looks like. All right, so this is the camera module, which has Insta X3 and few other things. So yeah, let me just put these also into the bag, and also put my mic and other things also into the bag. With that being said, I'm packed up for the tomorrow morning hike. So let's call it a night now. Just to recap the day, I finished good amount enough of office work. Was able to I take a call with Ankit about the Aermes and when the launch dates and coordinate all of those things. Just to agree, both of us agreed on how we're going to move forward, and then have revamped the designs of the feed page. And at the same time, I've also completed the day 2 editing and uploaded the day 2 video as well. And at the same time, I also read some books. So I've been reading this book. Let me bring this up. So I highly recommend this book. It's called Introduction to Vedanta. So it talks about the philosophy in general, about life. I've been reading this book lately. It's amazing. Give it a shot. It's basically Introduction to Vedanta by Swami Dayananda. This Swami also has another book which is called Teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So that's the first book I read. And then I got introduced to this by chatting with ChatGPT actually. But yeah, give it a shot. It's a really good book. So I also read a couple of chapters on this book. So overall, very productive day. With that being said, I'm signing off for the day. This is basically what Unsettled is about. Moving one step closer to our goals and trying to live the life that we want to live, that we always envision for ourselves. So let's all get unsettled. Let's get out of our comfort trap and go live the great lives that we always envision for ourselves. With that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Signing off tonight. See ya.